Tired of hearing the facts about Sweden IKEA, Vikings, and meatballs? But this isn't that video. In this video, we uncover the dark secrets, untold stories, and hidden histories even most Swedes have never heard. Sweden's forgotten Caribbean colony. Did you know that Sweden once held a dark tropical gem in the Caribbean, St. Barthélemy? Today, a private haven for billionaires. Was once a colony ruled from the chilly corridors of Stockholm. In the late 18th century, Sweden seized the island from France. They turned it into a free port, but that free name hid a horrifying truth. It became a hotbed for slave trading. Under the flag of King Gustav III, ships carried not only sugar and rum, but also human lives. A dark chapter in the history of a nation that considered itself civilized. The chilling irony, the very kingdom that exploited this pain to enrich itself later claimed to be one of the first to abolish the slave trade. A reluctant atonement, or an attempt to wash its hands of it. The traces of that era remain, but not just in the name of the capital, Gustavia. It is also a quiet reminder of the wounds of history that never heal. Nearly a century later, Sweden sold the island back to France for a mere fraction of its true value. Around $100,000. Street dancing is banned. Because of an old and controversial regulation dating back to the 1930s, Sweden requires public places to obtain a special permit if they want to allow dancing, even if a group of students starts dancing on the street for fun. The police can issue a warning, impose a fine, or order them to stop immediately. This rule was originally created to keep control over nightclubs and prevent illegal gatherings during wartime. However, it still impacts modern events today. From spontaneous flash mobs to community festivals, even small coffee shops that wish to host live music and let customers dance must apply for costly permits. Go through inspections and renew their licenses each year. Many young Swedes and cultural supporters have long demanded that this law be removed. They believe it is outdated, overly strict, and does not match Sweden's reputation as an open and forward-thinking country. Yet despite the criticism, the law continues to exist. Being naked in public is allowed in many places. Have you ever seen a beach where people relax comfortably without any clothes on? And no one seems bothered. Or a sauna where everyone talks casually without worrying about covering up. In Sweden, this sense of body freedom is not about being bold or seeking attention. It comes from a deep-rooted Nordic belief that the human body is natural and should not be seen as something shameful. For Swedes, acceptance of the body is a form of respect for oneself and others. Many public spaces, such as Augusta Beach or saunas, not only permit but subtly pressure people into nudity. This practice, rather than being liberating, can at times serve merely as a way to conform to the collective numbness of the crowd, easing the pressure to look different by compelling everyone to become the same in their nakedness. UNICEF once listed Sweden among the top nations for children's emotional well-being, partly because of its positive approach to body education from an early age. Swedish children learn about privacy, personal space, and mutual respect, not through hiding, but by acknowledging and accepting differences with understanding and confidence. Before continuing, if you think this video deserves to be seen by more people, please support us by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell. It really helps me earn a bit of extra income. And we promise to keep bringing you exciting content. Naming your child needs government approval. Think choosing your child's name is a basic right for parents. Not in Sweden. Here, you can't just give your child any name you like. If the name you choose isn't accepted by the authorities, your child's birth certificate can be officially denied. This rule comes from the Names Act, a law that has been in place since 1982. The Swedish government created it to protect a person's identity, dignity, and social suitability from the very beginning of life. Any name that is considered offensive, strange, confusing in gender, or overly rebellious will be rejected. So why does a country known for freedom and progress like Sweden have strict rules about baby names? For Swedes, a name is more than a word. It represents belonging in a fair and respectful society. A name that stands out too much could be viewed as breaking the basic right to be treated with respect from birth. The only place to buy wine. In Sweden, if you want to buy alcohol stronger than 5%, there's only one place to go, Systembolaget. The government-owned chain of liquor stores. The country holds a complete monopoly on alcohol sales. You will not find beer, wine or spirits with higher alcohol content in supermarkets, gas stations, or convenience stores. Only Systembolaget is allowed to sell them. The Swedish government explains that this system exists to protect public health and reduce the negative effects of alcohol. By controlling sales, they can limit access, prevent minors from buying alcohol, and reduce overconsumption. Employees at Systembolaget are specifically trained not to promote or encourage additional purchases. However, there are strict rules. Systembolaget stores close early, usually by 7 p. On weekdays, 3 p. On Saturdays, and they do not open on Sundays. You also need to be at least 20 years old to buy alcohol there. Even though you can legally drink in bars and restaurants at 18, identification checks are very strict, and there are no exceptions. Some people believe this system is old-fashioned and overly controlling. Others argue that it is effective. As Sweden has lower rates of alcohol-related deaths and drunk driving than many other European nations. The Magical Ice Hotel. Hidden deep within the Arctic region of Swedish Lapland lies an architectural marvel both breathtakingly beautiful and strikingly fragile. The Ice Hotel, rebuilt from the ground up each winter. This hotel is made entirely of snow and crystal-clear ice harvested from the nearby Torn River. Every year, a team of artists and designers gathers to create a dazzling frozen palace, one whose fate is already sealed. They pour their effort into sculpting suites, chandeliers, and intricate ice art, fully aware that by April, the entire masterpiece will melt away without mercy. Returning to nothingness in the flowing river, visitors come seeking a dreamlike experience, but in truth, they face a harsh and unforgiving environment. The beds are made of solid ice, covered with reindeer hides and thermal sleeping bags, while the indoor temperature remains at 23 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the night. The silence here is not peaceful. It is a chilling stillness that seeps deep into the bones. There is even an ice chapel, where couples exchange vows amid frozen stillness, a poignant reminder of the brevity and impermanence of all things. And for this fleeting, once-in-a-lifetime experience, guests must pay a steep price up to around $700 for just a single night. A hefty sum to spend for a night entombed in ice, a symbol of extravagant luxury and beautiful futility, built only to melt away. Swedish women are beautiful and captivating. Swedish women are known for their classic Nordic beauty, with fair skin, clear blue or gray eyes, bright blonde hair, and tall, graceful figures. Their healthy and active lifestyle keeps them naturally attractive. They do not rely on heavy makeup to be noticed, as their charm lies in their natural elegance and simplicity. But what truly makes Swedish women stand out is their personality. They are independent, confident, and value their freedom. They express themselves openly and honestly, without avoiding the truth, yet always with tact and respect. They believe in equality and treat their partners as equals, never depending on anyone to define their worth. In relationships, Swedish women are drawn to genuine and intelligent men who have an open way of thinking. They are not looking for someone to support or protect them financially. Instead, they want a balanced relationship based on respect, care, and shared experiences. It is common for them to offer to share the bill when going on a date. Their views on love are open-minded and free from traditional expectations. They express their emotions confidently and do not hold on to the belief that only men should take the first step. If a relationship no longer brings happiness, they will move on without hesitation. To them, love should bring peace and joy, not become a source of pressure or sacrifice. What do you think about this perspective on Swedish women and their approach to love and life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Sweden's sweet obsession. Surprisingly, Swedes consume more candy per person than any other nation in the world, averaging about 18 pounds each year. This national love for sweets is called lördagsgodis, which means Saturday candy. The idea is that children, and truthfully adults too, can enjoy as much candy as they want, but only on Saturdays. The custom started in the 1950s when scientists recommended limiting sugar consumption to once a week to help prevent tooth decay. Today, almost every supermarket in Sweden has long aisles filled with colorful pick-and-mix candy stations, where people can scoop gummy bears, chocolate, licorice, and sour worms by the pound. During Easter, the craze reaches new heights as people fill large paper eggs with sweets. Even health-conscious Swedes take pride in this candy tradition. It has become a meaningful part of Swedish culture, Whether it is the famous salty licorice that surprises visitors or the bright displays of pastel-colored candy, Sweden's passion for sweets remains strong and proudly celebrated. The Museum of Failed Inventions. In the center of Stockholm stands one of the world's most unusual museums, the Museum of Failure. This fascinating exhibition celebrates creativity that did not go as planned, showcasing a wide range of products that failed despite bold ideas. From Coca-Cola's coffee-flavored soda, Coca-Cola Blake, to Apple's early digital assistant, the Newton. The museum reminds visitors that failure plays an important role in innovation. It even features Google Glass, once promoted as the future of wearable technology, now seen as one of the biggest missteps in the tech world. The displays also include strange and amusing creations such as Harley-Davidson perfume and Colgate beef lasagna. Yes, the same company known for toothpaste once tried to sell frozen meals, which of course, no one wanted to buy. The purpose of the museum is clear: to honor the bravery of inventors who dared to try new things, even when they did not succeed. It serves as a powerful message that every success is built on many failed attempts. In Sweden, a nation admired for its creativity and design, this belief runs deep. Failure is not a source of embarrassment. It is an essential part of the path to success. Would you visit this museum to see how failure can lead to success? Type number 1 if you would. Never invite guests to dinner at home. In Swedish culture, where independence and personal boundaries are highly valued, inviting someone to share a meal at home is often seen as unnecessary emotional involvement. Many people believe that offering food could make the guest feel obligated, and that would not be fair. For Swedes, showing respect means not creating discomfort or unwanted pressure. This habit dates back to the 1960s and 1970s when food prices were high and family budgets were tight. During that time, if children visited friends around dinner, they were often asked to wait in another room or go home to eat. It was not considered rude, just a normal way of keeping family and social life separate. The practice has sparked debate over the years. In countries where hospitality is central, many outsiders find it cold or unfriendly. But Swedes see it differently, believing that true respect comes from not forcing others into shared meals or obligations. Today, this tradition is less common, especially in large cities and among younger generations. However, in many rural or traditional communities, the dinner table is still viewed as a private family space, and inviting guests remains something people rarely do. Working overtime is a no-no. In Sweden, staying late at work is not considered a sign of dedication. By law, the standard workweek is 40 hours, but in many workplaces, especially in the public sector, it is often closer to 37. Out of this, only around 5 hours are seen as truly productive working time. Some cities, such as Gothenburg, have even tested 6-hour workdays, and the results were remarkable. Employees became more efficient, happier, and took fewer sick days. In countries like the United States or Japan, working late is viewed as commitment. But in Sweden, staying at the office after 500 p might attract attention. People may question why you are still there or whether you manage your time well. According to Eurostat, around 95% of Swedes finish work at or before 500 p. In Swedish work culture, overworking is not respected. Constantly doing overtime does not prove you are diligent. It shows poor planning. The Swedish way of life is based on the concept of lagom, which means just the right amount. Working too much disrupts balance, while working too little seems careless. Staying late is seen as taking time away from personal life, something Swedes deeply value. The village that runs on cow manure. In the small Swedish village of Västerås, the future of green energy has a rather unusual scent. It comes from cows. This community is powered almost entirely by biogas made from cow manure and leftover food. Local farmers bring animal waste to a special facility where it is turned into methane gas used to run buses, heat homes, and even fuel cars. What remains after processing is transformed into nutrient-rich fertilizer, forming a complete cycle of sustainability. The system is clean, renewable, and surprisingly productive. A single cow can produce enough biogas in a year to power a car for nearly 2,000 miles. This initiative has gained worldwide recognition as a leading example of sustainable living, showing that even something as ordinary as manure can support modern life. In Sweden, nothing is wasted, not even waste itself. This village proudly demonstrates Swedish creativity in turning everyday challenges into environmentally friendly solutions. Impressed by Sweden's unique coffee culture, Fika. Sweden is among the countries that consume the most coffee in the world. On average, each person drinks about 3 to 4 cups a day. Swedes usually enjoy their coffee strong and black, without milk or sugar, following the traditional Nordic taste. Here, Fika is much more than just a simple coffee break. It is an important social tradition, almost like a daily ritual. Many companies even encourage employees to take a Fika break, which means gathering to drink coffee, enjoy pastries, and talk with colleagues. A typical Fika includes coffee and cinnamon buns, but the real purpose is not the snacks. It is the moment to relax, connect, and recharge. Swedes believe that taking time for Fika helps maintain balance in life, reduce stress, boost creativity, and strengthen relationships with family, friends, and coworkers. Home to the world's oldest tree. In the rugged mountains of Dalarna province lies Old Chico, a spruce tree that has lived for about 9,500 years. It is believed to be the oldest living tree on Earth, existing long before the pyramids, the Roman Empire, or most of recorded human history. The tree itself is not large or grand. It appears rather small and delicate, yet its roots are ancient, having reproduced themselves through countless generations. Scientists identified it in 2008 using carbon dating methods. Old Chico has survived ice ages, storms, and major climate changes. During severe winters, its visible trunk may die, but the roots stay alive underground, ready to grow again when the weather becomes kinder. This strength reflects the Swedish spirit: quiet, persistent, and deeply connected to nature. Many visitors hike for hours to reach the modest-looking tree and stand amazed before something that has seen nearly all of human existence. Old Chico is not just a tree. It is a living reminder of endurance and continuity. The Northern Lights, nature's greatest light show. In Sweden's far north, especially near Kiruna and Abisko National Park, one of nature's most stunning wonders lights up the Arctic sky. The aurora borealis, known as the Northern Lights, appears in vivid shades of green, pink, purple, and blue. These glowing waves are created when particles from the sun interact with Earth's magnetic field, producing colorful movements that dance across the night sky. The best time to see this natural show is from September to March. When nights are long and the sky is clear, Swedish Lapland provides some of the best viewing spots in the world. Thanks to its open wilderness and minimal light pollution, visitors wrap themselves in warm clothing, standing on frozen lakes or snowy hillsides, watching in awe as the heavens come alive. Some claim the lights make a faint humming sound, though scientists still debate whether this is fact or imagination. For the indigenous Sami people, the aurora holds deep meaning, often seen as the presence of ancestral spirits or magical powers. No matter how it is explained, witnessing the Northern Lights is an unforgettable experience. Time seems to pause, and the noise of the modern world disappears. Beneath the flickering sky of green and violet, it becomes clear why Sweden's Arctic beauty has fascinated people for generations. Comment yes if this breathtaking natural wonder is on your must-visit list. The Oresund Bridge, a masterpiece that becomes a tunnel, linking Sweden and Denmark. The Oresund Bridge stands as one of Europe's most remarkable feats of engineering. Stretching nearly 5 miles across the sea, it connects the Swedish city of Malmö with Denmark's vibrant capital, Copenhagen. This impressive structure carries both road and rail traffic, allowing people and goods to move freely between the two nations. What makes the Oresund Bridge truly unique is its transformation halfway along its span. The bridge gradually descends into an artificial island called Paberholm, specially created for this project. From there, the route continues underwater as a tunnel, disappearing beneath the surface of the Oresund Strait. This clever design allows large ships to pass through the channel without any barriers, while ensuring a continuous, smooth flow of transportation above and below the water. Since its opening in February, the Oresund Bridge has become a powerful symbol of Scandinavian cooperation and innovation. Every year, millions of people use it: commuters traveling daily for work, tourists exploring across borders, and families visiting loved ones. Seen from the air, the bridge appears like a delicate silver ribbon connecting two worlds divided by the sea. But the Oresund Bridge is more than just an architectural wonder. It represents the idea that human creativity can coexist with nature, that with thoughtful design, progress and harmony can move forward together. And so, our journey through the hidden side of Sweden comes to a close. We've ventured far beyond the usual tales of IKEA, Vikings, and meatballs to uncover a nation of fascinating paradoxes. We've seen an icy northern kingdom that once ruled a sun-soaked Caribbean island, a society that embraces public nudity but restricts spontaneous dancing on its streets. It's a place where you can find endless walls of candy in any supermarket. Yet alcohol is locked behind a state-run monopoly, from the quiet resilience of a 9,500-year-old tree and a village powered by cow manure, to the engineering marvel of a bridge that dives beneath the sea, of untold tales waiting to be discovered. Then you belong right here with us. Make sure to subscribe and ring, that it's clear that Sweden is far more complex and intriguing than it appears on the surface. It's a land where ancient traditions meet futuristic innovation, where personal freedom is fiercely protected by surprising rules, and where there's always another secret waiting to be discovered. Which of these Swedish secrets surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what shocked you. If you enjoyed peeling back the layers of Sweden with us and believe these stories deserve to be told, show your support by hitting that like button. It tells notification bell, so you never miss another adventure into the unknown. And if you're hungry for more hidden histories and untold stories about countries' next exploration around the globe, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification.